Hey gamers, I am Cybersnake7. Welcome back guys to the next season of Man vs Master System. If you can remember that far back, the 31st of October last year, I obviously reached the first 100 in a mission, obviously, to get the full 269 set of PAL release games, obviously including the Smurfs 1 and 2. Obviously they're not PAL, they are European, but they're classed as part of the PAL collection. So that's my goal, to get 269 Master System games complete in box and in best condition as possible. Not too sure about whether I'm going to go for the card games or the variants in like the Kicks collection, and obviously you got the brown bag versions. Not too sure about that. I'll be quite happy, to be honest, with the 269 original cartridge based games for the moment anyway. But as I say guys, it's been a while. I ain't going to lie to you and say I've let it slip a little bit. I've managed to grab myself 50 games over the past few months. Obviously my eyes have been everywhere else on other systems and other games. So I thought it was about time I kick my arse into gear and get this Man vs Master System up and running again, because, you know, I start something, I intend to finish it. So the 50 games that I've got, believe me, they're good games. They're not Mark Hallsborough specials, like walking into CEX and picking up 3 top titles for £5 each. Believe me, they ain't in that region just yet. As I say, haven't been overly spending on titles and not been getting too many stellar titles or expensive ones, because I've seriously just been outbid on them, or just not being able to afford them. So realistically, just been picking up what I can afford along the way. But obviously the goal now is to concentrate solely on the Master System. So some big titles are on the way guys. Now, so as I've got 50, I've got 5 weeks worth of Man vs Master System. I'm going to try and stretch it out as long as I can, because as I say, my goal now is to get as many of these games up on the shelf as possible. So guys, let's start. This is season 2. The first 10 are in the corner. So let's crack on guys. And this is game 101. Let's see how long it takes before I lose count. But anyway, game 101 guys is Gangster Town. And this is obviously a light phaser game. And it is a pretty good game for a light phaser. Obviously this one's a 2-player light phaser game, which, to be honest, I really didn't know there was a 2-player light phaser game. Just shows how naive I am. But anyway, graphically quite good. Nice little story to it, which I will go into detail. And it is in the 1920s, working for an FBI agent. You are pursuing a gang engaged in smuggling. After practicing your marksmanship skills, shoot at enemies in car chases, downtown saloons and nightclub scenes. So, you know, you got a varied mixture of areas to be shooting and kicking ass in. So, as I say, graphically quite good, and not a bad little light game. One of the better ones for the light game collection. But that is game 101, guys. That is Gangster Town. It's nice to stick a game up on the shelf again. Right, game 102. It is what it says on the tin, and I haven't played this yet, and it is Pro Wrestling. Obviously one of the early titles. Graphically quite good for what it is, but obviously it's a wrestling game. As I say, I really haven't played this yet, so just go into what it says on the back. Obviously, step into the ring. Now you can be a part of the crazy, hard-hitting world of a pro wrestling. You'll deliver headbutts, elbows, jabs and body slams, and get into in and out of the ring, free-for-alls. Maybe you'll even be saved by the bell. So just a typical run-of-the-mill wrestling game. And as I say, unfortunately not yet give it a whirl, but it looks okay. Not a fanatical wrestling fan obviously, but still one I must add to the collection. So there is game 102 guys. That is Pro Wrestling. Right, 103 is one what UK said was quite difficult to get out of, and I do agree with him. For an early release title, I have seen them, but I've not seen them in great condition. And to be honest, I got this one last week, I think, before Blackpool. So it's really good condition, really nice price as well for it, and it's not a bad game at all, and it is Quartet. Nice side-scrolling action platformer, two-player game. Simplistic in the way it plays, just side-scrolling. Find the key, defeat the boss, find the key, open the exit. Simple but addictive, to be honest with you. But as I say, very, very good condition. This one is, and it was quite difficult to find in good condition. But as I say, what it says on the back is Space Colony Number 9 is being threatened by an invasion of the most dangerous kind, alien attack. Only you have the power to stop the gruesome group and save the colony from certain collapse. End of story. So it's a basic premise to the game, but a very, very enjoyable play. I've got to admit, this game is, especially for an early release title. So that's game 103, guys. That is Quartet. 104 I picked up at Blackpool for an amazing £2, which is quite a good deal. Found it totally by chance. Obviously, I picked up some more off Richard Turner, which I've added into this little collection. But this one is one of the ones I actually managed to pick up from Blackpool. And it's obviously a shoot 'em up. And it's not the greatest one. Graphically quite good, but blooming difficult. And it is Galaxy Force. Really, really nice condition for what it is. For a couple of quid, I'm not really arguing with it. But as I say, graphically quite good. You've got 4 levels, 4 rounds on this one. And obviously the future of the Junus galaxy hangs in a thread by the evil 4th Empire is intent on total domination, invading and conquering all planets in its path. You are galaxy's last hope for survival. Well, I'm the last hope apparently. But as I say, it's not the greatest shoot 'em up I've ever played. There are versions on the Mega Drive. I think whether it's any better, I don't know. But this is quite difficult, to be honest. And you know, as I say, the graphics and the gameplay ain't too bad for what it is. But who's complaining at £2 and the condition is spanking? So there's 104. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 104. See, I'm losing it already. That's 104, guys. That is Galaxy Force. Okay, 105. And the rest of these games are from my good friend Richard Turner, which I did a deal with when I went down to his house on the way to Blackpool last weekend. And I got some really nice titles in this little lot. So anyway, 105. 105 is surprisingly a good side-scrolling shooter, which I didn't know it was actually, to be honest. And it is Aerial Assault. And this is not a bad game at all. As I say, I played this. I got my Master System out and played the games that I had off Richard yesterday, and these are all pretty good games. Now I was quite surprised at this one being a side-scrolling shooter, and it's not too bad. It's a simplistic UN squadron, if you know what I mean. It's the same sort of style of gameplay. But let's have a look at the back where it says the NAC, a terrorist organisation, has built a laser emitter EL. That is caused a panic and is capable of destroying the ozone layer. We need to pilot the Freedom Fighter, an advanced aircraft that may be the only means to crush the enemy. And this one's got 4 rounds, this one has, so it's obviously not a very long game. But as I say, for what it is, it's not a bad little title, and a nice little side-scrolling shoot 'em up, to be honest. So that is game 105 in really, really good condition as per usual. And that's Aerial Assault. 106, a Disney title, one I've been wanting to get for a while, and it's not a bad platform action game, and it is The Lion King. Yet again, absolutely really, really good condition. Typical, obviously, platform adventure. Lion King, you play obviously Simba, I think. I'm not going into the synthesis because it's absolutely like that much there to read. But it's obviously based on the Lion King movie. You've got 10 levels on this one, so it's a very big game for what it is. But as I say, really, really nice condition. Graphically, very good for the Master System for a Disney game. But happy to have that one. So that's 106, and that is The Lion King. Right, 107. Yeah, so I'm still losing count. 107 is it's not bad. It's a bike game. It's GP Rider. Now obviously this is realistically a poor man's hang-on. It's not that bad. I mean, you got 15 courses in all on this. The only withdrawal about this one is obviously when you play it, you always end up playing it in split screen, which kind of ruins the experience for me. But there's plenty to do in it. Obviously, you can upgrade your bikes and change parts and things like that on it. So, you know, and there's championships to play in and things like that. So there's a ton of options and a ton of gameplay in this if you really want to sit down. But as I say, the only real disappointment about this game is the fact that it's actually a split screen constantly all the time, which is a bit of a shame. But as I say, not too bad, and yet another nice little title off Richard. So there you go. That is 107. Yep, 107, and that is GP Rider. Okay, guys, 108. Played it for the first time yesterday. This is another Flying Edge title to the collection. Not a bad little platformer actually. Doesn't say how many levels there are to it, but it is Krusty's Funhouse. Really, really nice condition this one is. Let's see what it says on the back. The writing's very, very small. I'm not going to read it because my eyesight ain't that great. But basically, it's Krusty the Clown. And you got obviously his adventures. Obviously I don't know what he's got to try and do because I really can't read the blooming writing because it's that small. But as I say, I give it a whirl yesterday, and not a bad platform of what it is. So graphically quite good, music quite good on it, and as I say, it's not that bad, and yet it's another Flying Edge title to the collection. So I'm happy to have one of them. So there's 108, guys. That is Krusty's Funhouse. 109 is another laser game for the collection, and I've only put this on just give it a try. I haven't actually used the light phaser on it yet, but it doesn't look too bad at all, and it is Space Gun. As I say, it really good condition this one is. The case needed replacing, which I've now done, so I'm very happy to have this in the condition it's in. But the premise on this one, from a crippled starship at the edge of the galaxy comes a cry for help. Alien monsters have taken over, and it's up to you to save what human crew remains. Choose your own path down dark corridors and through deadly areas in a non-stop shooting action game. So technically, it's got multiple routes and things like that. So that's not too bad at all. So that'd be an interesting game to actually crack onto and give a go. But as I say, very good condition. Another nice little light game to add to the collection. And there is 109, guys. That is Space Gun. Now 110. Now this is probably one of the games in the lot that I picked up that, you know, is a sought after game of sorts, to be honest. And it's a sports title yet again. But obviously it's of a sport that I'm not really overly keen on. But it's still a title yet that's got to go into the collection. And to be honest, I got it at a fair price for what it is, and it's absolutely in spanking condition. And it is Sega's Ultimate Soccer. And obviously it's in pristine condition, this is. But this game reminds me of very much so like a sensible soccer sort of thing. Top-down view, obviously. The music's a bit annoying, to be honest. But I'll only give it a quick go. 1 or 2 players, obviously. But let me have a look at the back. We're going to obviously talk about football, but I'll read it anyway. You're on the pitch ready to kick off. The crowd are going crazy. The season has been long and challenging. You've been up against a lot of teams and come out on top. And today's the day to prove that you have the skills and the determination to become the ultimate soccer champion. Well, need I say more? But as I say, guys, one of the rarer ones in the lot that I've got over the 50. But very happy to add this one at a good price, to be honest. So there is the last game of the new season of Man vs Master System, guys. 110 Ultimate Soccer. So guys, that's it. Episode 1 done and dusted. Got to say thanks to Richard Turner for them few games that I had off him last weekend. And guys, I'm going to leave it there. My throat's killing me. My back's still hurting. And all I can say, guys, is see you next week. I am Cybersnake7. Keep playing, guys. And keep watching.